Hello everyone and welcome to this video. So in this video we are going to be looking at classification evaluation metrics, and this is part 1, and we'll be learning one of the evaluation metrics that you can do with classification models. And you can't do these for regression models, they're only for classification models. But before we start, please make sure you've watched the previous videos and you know what a classification model is and the rest about how to sort of build up your classification model. Then you'll understand this more. So yeah, let's start learning. So this is where we left off last time. We actually we learned how to evaluate with the scoring parameter. And yeah, that's what we learned last time. So as I told you, we're going to be learning one specific type of classification model evaluation metrics. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a heading. So here I'm just going to write 4.3 classification model evaluation metrics. So basically there are a few, and we're going to be focusing on one of them today. So today we're going to be focusing on accuracy, and there's also another one called area under ROC curve, or it can just be called area under curve. And then there's also another one called confusion matrix, and then there's the last one called classification report. So as I told you, today we're going to be looking at accuracy. So let's put that as our heading for today. So accuracy. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to view our heart disease data set. So heart disease.head, and we'll do .head so it doesn't take up a lot of space. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to create our model and just sort of evaluate it, and then we'll start using accuracy. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to import cross-val score. So from Scikit-Learn model selection import cross-val score. So I'm using cross-val score because it's a bit more effective than the usual default scoring method, and yeah, it's a bit better. So I'm going to be using cross-val score. And then we're going to let's just have a bit more practice with how to make a classification model. So from Scikit-Learn ensemble import random forest classifier, okay, because we're using classification models. So the first thing we want to do is we are going to say np.random.seed. We're going to set a random seed. So as usual, we're going to set it to 42. And then we're going to create our X data. And we do this by going heart disease.drop. We're going to drop our main target column. And we're going to say axis is equal to 1. And then we're going to create our Y data set. Or our labels matrix sort of thing, and that is just heart disease, and then we just simply index out of the whole data set. And then after that, we don't actually need to create train and test sets because we're using cross-val score, so that's a little bit of work done for us. So then we can just sort of instantiate the model. So by saying CLF dot is equal to random forest classifier. So usually you'd call it model, but we're just going to call it CLF to just note that it's a classification model. And then I'm going to store my cross-val score results in a variable. So cross-val score is equal to cross-val score, and then I'm going to pass in CLF, X and Y, and then we just run it. And now we can actually view the mean of all our cross-val score results, because if we type in cross-val score, it'll give us a list of 5 numbers, but we don't really know which one to choose. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the mean. So let's just go np.mean, and then we'll just encase that in brackets. There we go. So we just encase that in brackets and then run it. And there we go. So we've got the sort of overall out of all of it. So this is a way we can display accuracy. So this is one sort of way we can just look at the metrics. But really, this isn't the ideal way you want to look at it. So usually you'd want to look at it as a percentage, because it's a bit more easier to look at. So we're going to print for f string. So f, and I'm going to type in heart disease classifier, cross validated. So cross val is equal to cross validation. That's I looked at that in the previous video. So heart disease classifier, cross validation, accuracy. So there's not really a specific function for accuracy, but the way you do it is you just find the accuracy. So in curly braces, what we're going to do is we're going to put in np.mean, and then again we're just going to put in cross-val score. Now usually we can just put it like that, but because we want to turn it into a percentage, what we need to do is we need to times it by 100. And if we times it by 100, then it will get bigger. And then we're going to do 0.2f. So this is a way to say I want it to do two decimal places. And then we put a percentage sign. And then you run it. It says heart disease classifier cross-validation accuracy. And then it says 82.48%. So that's more easier to look at. So yeah, that was literally the end of this video. It wasn't that much really, but in the next video we're going to be looking at area under ROC curve, which is actually a very good way to do it, and that's going to be a bit longer than this because there's an actual specific function for it. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. That would really help a lot. And if you have any doubts, please comment them in the comment section below, and I will be happy to help. And yeah, I guess that's the end of this video. Bye.